Hi everyone, it's Rose from the Bethpage Library. We really miss you and we wanted to bring some crafts to you in the meantime that we think will be kind of fun for you. So today we're going to be making some of these little balloon juggling bags. So I've made a couple already so I can show you what it's going to look like. And then afterwards I'm actually going to show you how you can juggle. Haven't done it in a while, so I'm going to need a little practice just like you will. But let's get started. So this craft does require some supervision because we are going to be working with scissors. We are going to be working with balloons, and balloons are a really big choking hazard for little kids and babies, so somebody needs to be watching. So let's start. What you're going to need is some rice, and pretty much everybody has some rice. It doesn't have to be brown rice, it could be any rice that you have in your cupboard. Like I said, you need a scissors. You need a bowl with some, the funnel. You need a bowl with a good amount of rice in it and some kind of measuring. Just scoop out the rice. I happen to have a funnel. You don't need one, but it does make it a little easier to put the rice into the balloon. So if you don't, you can just stretch out the balloon and hold it with your fingers, and also you can pour in the rice that way too. It does work, it just takes a little longer. So let's start. Okay, so take a balloon. You're going to stretch it out a little bit. Stretch it, and then you're going to put the, okay, so you're going to put that over, put the funnel over, the balloon over the funnel, and then you're going to scoop in some rice. Okay, so this takes a little bit of shaking, not too violently, because then you're going to get rice all over the place. So you're just going to slowly have that go down, push it down a little bit. That's not enough, you're going to fill it all the way. So push more down. It's all right to go over. So until you feel it's totally in the top there, which it kind of is, you could tell, pinch it at that point. Let the rest of the rice fall down. Okay, make sure you hold it, don't drop it. Now this is kind of where you're going to need somebody older because it's kind of hard to make a knot here. So ask your mom or dad or anybody to make a knot. Okay, so now we have our first little bean bag here. I'm calling it a bean bag even though it's filled with rice. This is the perfect squishy consistency you want, because you don't want really a ball, because sometimes a ball kind of cups right into the palm of your hand and it bounces out. So you actually do want something that's pretty squishy. It's kind of dense, it kind of molds into your hand. You have a lot more control over it. But what you don't want is this thing hanging at the end of it, because then it gets caught in between your fingers while you're trying to switch it from hand to hand. So we're going to cover that. So let's take another balloon. It could be the same color, it could be different color, it doesn't matter. You're going to stretch it out a little bit, see where the neck is, and you're going to cut right at the bottom of that neck. Okay, so take your scissors. Again, this is where we really would want mom or dad or somebody older to do this. Cut it. And we want to get rid of this. This is a really big choking hazard. Right away, put it in a bag. I have a bag handy, garbage bag, put it right there. Okay, so now you want to stretch this out. You want to open up the neck. You can get it, just kind of squish it, pull it apart, grab the bean bag, and you're going to shove it in there. Keep stretching it over, you'll get it. Just takes a little bit of maneuvering your fingers around the bag. Okay, you got it. Now, I like to use another balloon over this because as you use these, you'll find that the rice does tend to come out eventually, and you really don't want rice all over the place. So I use another bag, another balloon. So grab another one, stretch it, cut it at the base of the neck like we did before. Same thing. Take this, put it in the garbage right away. Stretch it out, grab it, and go around it. Yeah, perfect. Perfect size, perfect consistency. Now you got a really nice juggling bowl right here. Okay, so if you want to make this a little more fun, a little more decorative, you can do a pattern on yours. So I've actually made little holes into the outside of the balloon and it makes a little pattern. I'll show you how to do that. So we have the green one we just did, so let's do a different color. Stretch this out. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of go to the top of it, twist it really, 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 really tiny. And I do recommend doing this over the garbage bag because these little pieces are kind of hard to find after you do them. But I'm going to let them fall right onto the table. So you take a little piece and you kind of cut. You need a really good sharp scissors too. And you just cut a little tiny piece off. Okay. And just go around the balloon, keep going around the balloon and cutting a little tiny piece off. Sometimes you got to pull it. And go around to the other side, twist it, cut a little piece off. And this isn't the easiest part, and you got to be careful with your fingers, so that's why you really need an adult to help you with this. Okay, I'm going to do one more on another side. It doesn't matter where you do it. It's just going to be your little pattern that you're making. My only suggestion is don't make this too big because then the hole is going to be way too big. So one more. It's giving me a little problem. Okay. So then we're going to take these little tiny pieces that just fell off and we're going to put them right into the garbage bag. Again, we don't want any pieces of balloon anywhere on the floor. Okay, stretch this out. I'm going to do the same thing you did before. Cut by the neck. Throw this out, the top part. Stretch this out. Oops, now this really stretched out too far and I ripped it. So we're going to do another one. Stretch it. Twist it. Hole there. A little hole here. A little twist at the end again. And a little hole here. Okay. Stretch it out. Cut the neck off. Roll this out. Stretch the top part of it out. There, got a little bit of a pattern on yours, okay? This one was done already too, a little bit of a pattern going around. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to juggle. That's the fun part, so come with me. Okay. Okay, there's a couple of rules when you learn how to do this, and they're really important. The first thing is you're going to picture an imaginary box in front of you, always. And you want to keep the ball, the beanbag, I'm going to use that word interchangeable, within that box. So the box kind of starts at your eye, goes down to about your waist. Okay, so you're always going to think, I got to keep the ball within this box. Okay, so let's grab one ball. And you're going to drop it a lot. And I'm going to drop it because I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so here's the ball. We're going to start with one ball. And we also kind of want to start with a wall too. A wall will help you from throwing the ball too far away from you. You can't have it away from you because then you lose control. Everything's about control the ball when you're learning how to juggle. So if you're in front of a wall, it forces you to move this motion with your elbows and keep them this way instead of juggling this way because you will lose the ball. Also, when you're juggling, you really want to start from here down. You really don't want to move the top of your arms. That's flaring your arms and you're never going to have control of the ball. It's going to go all over the place. So the rule is to keep them close to the side. Your elbows need to be close to your waist. Okay, so we have a couple of those rules. And let's see if I can get this a little closer. Okay, So start with one ball, it doesn't matter what ball. I happen to be a lefty, so starting with my right hand feels more comfortable. But for you, it's probably the left hand. Either way, however you pick up the ball, it doesn't matter. Take one ball and you're going to gently toss it to the other side. And I know you can do this. This is not hard. But I am really keeping my elbows close to my waist. I'm not moving them because I want to have control. And this is how you have control of the ball. Eventually, go a little higher. Notice how the top of my arm is not really moving. It's all happening here. So then you want to get a little higher, not too high, because again, you have to stay within that box. If you go too far, you're going to lose control. If you go too high, too fast, you're going to lose the control of the ball. So keep it nice like this. Also, if you notice, when I throw the ball, I use a motion with my wrist too at the end. So we're just passing it back and forth. So practice this and practice this a lot. And then you can introduce the second ball. Okay, go grab one. Here's the second ball. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we just did. We're not going to use juggle two balls yet. We're still juggling with one ball, but we're holding another ball in our other hand. So I'm holding this ball, the blue ball, in my hand, and I'm kind of going to hold it back further so that I can juggle with my fingers. So this is where something smaller is easier than having a big ball in your hand like an orange or an apple. Not good, they're too big. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Just toss this orange ball back and forth while I'm holding the purple one. Okay, purple one's not moving. Back and forth, just what we did in the box. Not too far. Notice here, I'm not going further in front of me. Oops, dropped it. Okay. Oops, so that's the second thing we're going to learn to do. We're going to learn to do with two balls now. Okay, so this is the part that you have to practice the most, and this is the part where you'll gain the most control. You're actually going to switch from one ball to one hand and the other ball to the other hand, but you're going to do it in a count of 1, 2, just like that. Not 1, 2. People have a tendency to go fast because they think they have to get the second ball up quickly. You don't. You're going to keep it at a very slow pace, keep your elbows close to you, and you're just going to slowly go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, don't go too high. Keep it close to your body. 1, 2. See how the top part's not moving? Just the bottom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I know this looks like easy, but this does take a while to get. So you need to really practice this. And practice this on top, in front of a couch or your bed, so that when you drop it, because you're going to drop it a lot, you don't have to bend down so far. And again, in front of the wall too helps you, keeps your elbows to the side, because eventually you're going to have this motion, not so much this motion. Okay, so we're doing 2. Okay, everybody think they're ready for the third ball? Okay, let's grab the third ball. Okay, you have 3 balls. 2 are in one hand and 1 are in the other. Again, we're not going to juggle 3 balls. We're still going to juggle those 2 balls. I happen to have 2 in my right hand. You might have that in your left hand, whatever's comfortable. But the ball you're going to throw first is the one where you have 2 in the hand, okay? You are not throwing 3 balls. We're still throwing 2. Doing the same thing I just did. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Whoops. Dropped it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, time to do the third ball. Okay. After you've practiced that a lot and you feel comfortable with this motion, you're going to try to throw the third ball. Okay, and it's the same thing. You're going to count 1, 2, but you're going to add 3 in there, and you're going to just count a little faster. When I say faster, I don't mean you're going to throw it harder, because everybody has a tendency to do that, because when they go 1, 2, 3 and they throw it, they think they have to move faster and throw it faster and throw harder. If you do that, you're going to lose control of the ball. So you always want to have this nice flowy motion. You're just going to move everything a little bit faster, like this. Dropped it. Like I said, I need practice too, but keep going, and eventually you'll be able to juggle just like that. Good luck. We hope to see you soon. Bye.